Hi, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening from wherever you're watching me from. Thank you for tuning in again to yet another episode of Weight Loss with Mishi. So, I hope you've all caught up with the previous episodes and the story that I have been telling you guys about body positivity and weight loss generally. Today, we are here with yet another video to encourage someone out there who might have lost hope with weight loss or thinks that weight loss is not impossible. I'm here to tell you that it is very possible. Just for context, I lost around 20 kgs within 3 months. Yeah, that actually happened. Ask me how. I'm here to give you the secrets and I'm here to tell you that it is possible. So even as you do this, make sure that you are loving your body. Yeah? Make sure that you're loving that body so that you can make it possible for you. So today we are going to be discussing how proper diet can help you maintain healthy weight and also identify some tools for weight loss. So remember last time we had spoken quite about calorie deficit, dieting, and we were a bit all over the place because we were discussing the myth and some things different people say about weight loss and what has worked for them and what not. But today we are going deeper into dieting and into tools for weight loss. So one of the things that you have to really consider, that you have to put into consideration when you're starting your weight loss journey is a diet that can last you for a lifetime. Like, are you able to maintain this diet forever? Or are you starting this diet just for now, for the short term? Okay, last time I had said you can do a short diet, maybe for a duration of 1 month or 2 months, if you want to just start with an intensive weight loss, if you want to lose a lot of kilograms at the beginning and then you get somewhere and maybe change and move to a more sustainable diet. So one of the things that you have to ask yourself when you're choosing a diet is this really sustainable for the long term? Because you can start with eating maybe lunch and doing away with supper and all the other meals, or eating only breakfast and doing away with the other meals. But is that sustainable? How long will that last you? So before you create a diet, another thing you have to ask yourself, is the food available? The foodstuffs that you are putting on your diet, are they available? How much do they cost? Are you able to afford those foodstuffs? For instance, you see people who cannot, okay, let's say, for example, you are Kenyan, you are a hustler, you are a comrade here in Kenya and you want to start dieting. Instead of you putting sukuma wiki and cabbage on your diet, you want to put broccoli and all the other expensive vegetables. You want to put Greek yogurt. My question will be, will you afford these foodstuffs in the long run? If the answer is no, then just move away from those ones and move to a more realistic diet. So another thing you have to consider when you're dieting is your physical activity. Remember the couch potatoes, and compared to gym rats, you cannot have a similar diet because people who are going to the gym use more calories and they require more calories to sustain and maintain their bodies. Couch potatoes, you require less and less calories to sustain your normal functioning or your daily activities. So if you have a higher physical activity, for example, you work in a job that requires you to move a lot more, or compared to people who work in the office or just have to sit down the entire day, the two of you will have different considerations when you're coming up with your diets. For the people who are moving more or are gym rats, you require a lot more protein. Of course, you have to check your portions. You have to make sure you're eating healthy. You have to you are not supposed to eat a lot just because you are working out. Remember, we said without a caloric deficit, you cannot lose weight. So if you eat a lot of calories, even if it's just in protein and vegetables, you still won't lose weight. If your goal is to lose weight, you have to monitor your calories too. So even if you are active, you have to check, how many calories do I need to to maintain my lifestyle. Remember last time we said for people who have a sedentary lifestyle, those are people maybe who are working in the office or people who just sit down the entire day. They don't do much physical activity. We require around 2,000 calories to function. Yeah. Okay, this is usually affected by other different things. It's not just about movement and physical activity. It's affected with your age, your current weight, your gender, because we understand that men have a higher metabolism rate compared to women. But the average number of calories we require to maintain our life, like at sedentary, at rest, that is if you're just waking up and sitting down in your couch and maybe moving very minimal movement around your house. So if that is the case for you, you require around 2,000, let's say 1,500 to 2,000 calories. Remember, I told you last time, we can make use of AI, we can make use of ChatGPT if we want to really know how many calories we are eating. So if you are eating maybe a cup of rice or a scoop of sukuma wiki or a scoop of beans, just go to ChatGPT and type in how many calories are there in maybe 1 cup of rice, how many calories are there in 1 cup of beans, and it will tell you. You don't have to struggle. It will tell you the exact number of calories and you can be able to calculate what you are eating. Remember last time we said it is very important for you to monitor how many calories you are taking in if you really want to lose weight. Unless you just want to maintain your body, please monitor how many calories you are taking in before you take in any food. So I'm just here to encourage someone. It is very possible to lose weight. And as we eat, remember to eat your foods whole. Avoid eating processed foods, buying chips, fried foods. Eat your foods whole. Like, for example, if you want to eat protein, go for the beans, go for the meat, make your food at home. Make sure that you are eating freshly made food at home. You should also avoid sugary foods. This I've been reiterating and I've been repeating again and again. So let me just go back a little bit to the determination of calories. If you want to determine your calories, you also have to invest in you don't have to, but if you can, invest in a kitchen scale. If you invest in a kitchen scale, it will make it easier for you to be able to know the amount of food you are eating and, how much you should be able to take in, how much more you require. And it's easier for you to calculate your calories when you have a kitchen scale because you can now measure. For instance, if you're taking 250 grams of rice and maybe 250 grams of potatoes, maybe 250 grams of beans, 250 grams of meat, it's easier for you to know the exact quantity of food that you are taking so that you can be able to prompt ChatGPT as well to tell you how much calories have you taken in. When you're eating, be very mindful. Like, pause for a minute and think, am I really hungry? Do I really need to eat at this time, or are you just eating for the sake of eating? Another thing I realized about myself, maybe someone else has gone through this, I tend to eat according to my emotions. Like, I eat emotionally. When I feel sad or anxious or stressed, I tend to eat more. I tend to want to eat more compared to when I'm just relaxed and, feeling okay. So monitor that as well. Are you just eating because you feel bad emotionally, or are you really hungry? Try as much as possible to just eat when you are hungry. And when you eat, when you feel full, stop. Don't go beyond, don't exaggerate your meals. Don't eat too much. If you can, and if you can afford, seek a nutritionist, seek advice from a nutritionist, because I know that there are some people who have some other conditions, especially other especially as ladies. Maybe on another episode, we'll go deeper into it, like PCOS. Yeah, some conditions that might be affecting you, and you might need to eat well. You might not need to cut out some nutrients from your meals. So if you can, kindly just seek the advice of a nutritionist, especially if you've tried this dieting and it does not work for you. Ensure you seek the advice of a nutritionist if you can. And it is very important, by the way, for you to consume enough calories. In as much as we want to try and cut out the calories from our meals and, eat less and less calories, it's very, very, very important for you to eat enough calories. Remember, as I stated, we require 1,500 to 2,000 calories at rest. You cannot wake up and decide you are cutting off 1,000 calories from that and you'll only be surviving with 500 calories. This will pose a really huge risk to your health. For me, when I was starting, I was really intense and I was really desperate to lose weight. So what I did, I was eating around 700 calories, and remember, I require an average of 1,500 to 2,000. Let me tell you, I had a very bad breakout on my face. My hormones were really messed up at that time. So it's important for you to eat enough calories. It's important for you to take in what your body needs. And enough calories, according to me, I would say it's like 1,000 to 1,200 calories per day. Have a deficit of 500 to 300 to 500 calories. Of course, it will take you a little bit longer for you to lose weight if you're having such a caloric deficit, but it is sustainable. With eating 1,000 to 1,200 calories per day, you can sustain that for a longer duration of time. But of course, it's possible for you to start off just as I did. You start off by being very intense. You start off by eating a small number of calories, but don't do it for a long duration of time. You can do that for maybe up to a month. You can eat 500 to 700 calories for up to a month. And then after that, you have to go back to now eating healthy. You have to go back to the healthy margin. Like you have to go back to eating above 1,000 calories so that your body does not feel too stressed or does not start developing diseases and, a lower immune system. So, yeah, we want to lose weight sustainably and we want to lose weight in a good way. But remember, we are not losing weight because we hate ourselves. We are losing weight because we want to. But the first thing you have to do is to love your body. Love your body now as it is and take care of it as it is right now. And after that, you will know what to do to lose weight. So the key takeaways from this video: ensure you are eating healthy and ensure you are eating the required number of calories for your body to be strong and to have a strong immunity. Otherwise, I think that will bring us to the end of our video today. Ensure you subscribe to this channel for more, to encourage me to bring you more and more videos. And if you're learning something from my videos, please feel free to comment. And if you have any question about weight loss, just go to the comment section and post your question. I will be able to answer you. Remember, we are learning together. I'm also still on the journey. So we are doing this together, and I'm sure that we will be able to do it because it's possible. Anyway, thank you and bye.